I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
You're listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays. Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know and some may not know this business is funded by the owner and co-owner. However, we do offer sponsorships during sports seasons. When you sponsor a spot on the Mexia Sports Network, you get advertisement during live games. Also, your sponsorship assists in obtaining shirts for our announcers and equipment that is used to bring you better services. Thank you all to past and present for your support.
All right, good evening here from Eagle Field in Lindale, Texas. Mexia Blackcats versus the Gilmer Buckeyes. Mexia won the toss, has chosen to defer until the second half. The Buckeyes will receive as Mexia gets set to kick to the Buckeyes to start this game. Kick is a high, short pooch kick taken about the 27-yard line. Return out by number 4, and he's going to be hit and knocked down, and that looked like number 30, Marshall Eberly, on the tackle. And that was Cody Guidry on the return for the Buckeyes. So Gilmer will come out to take over their first offensive possession of the game. Man in motion, snap back to number 11. He's looking, surveying the field. He's going to get rid of it on a screenplay. It's taken in by number 29, and he's up the field. A big game for the Buckeyes as he crosses midfield and is brought down at the Mexia 45-yard line. That was number 29, Ashton Haynes, on the reception from number 11, Brandon Tennyson. Gilmer with the hurry-up offense as they make their way to the line of scrimmage. Tennyson snaps. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. It's taken by Haynes once again. He's got a big gain again as he's moving inside the 25 and going to be knocked out of bounds around the 21-yard. They're going to mark him down right outside the 20-yard line. So 2 plays, and Gilmer has gotten all the way down to the Mexia red zone to start this game. Both plays have been big plays by the running back, Haynes. Snap back. Oh, this is bobbled by the quarterback. He's looking. He's still got time. He makes a throw, and it's going to be short of the receiver and incomplete as he was targeting his far receiver, number 12, Cade Bowman, on the pass, and he just wasn't able to get enough air under the ball to make it reach the receiver. Falls incomplete, bringing up a 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Snap back, handoff to Haynes. He's going to make his way across the line of scrimmage and down to the 16-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the run that time as a group of Black Cats are there to bring him down. Looks like number 56, Christian Lira. Snap back. Handoff again to Haynes up the middle. He finds a seam, and he's across the goal line in for a Gilmer touchdown. With 10:51 left in the first quarter, Gilmer gets on the board first with the touchdown. They'll set for the extra point attempt, and there's going to be a direct snap out of the swinging gate formation, and it's going to be powered in behind blockers in for a successful 2-point conversion. And with 10:51 left in the first quarter, Gilmer takes an 8-0 lead over the Black Cats. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with more Black Cat football.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, and we're back here at Eagle Field. Mexia trailing Gilmer 8-0 after Gilmer was able to convert their first offensive possession into a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Gilmer set to kick to the Black Cats. Looks like the Black Cats have now deep, and it will be a high deep kick from the Buckeyes. It will be taken in by now around the 10-yard line. He moves to his left and then upfield. He crosses the 20. He's going to be brought down about the 22-yard line. And Mexia's offense will take over for their first possession of the game from that spot here with 10:46 left in the first quarter. It'll be Burns at quarterback as he waits to snap. Snap back. 2 men in motion. Handoff. Looks like it's going to be Bryant on the give as he moves out across the 25-yard line to about the 27. Be a gain of 5, or they're going to mark him at the 28, so it'll be a gain of 6 on the play. Mexia in tight formation, 3 receivers to the right of the offensive line. 2 backs accompanying Burns in the backfield. Snap back. Burns surveys the field. He's looking. He's throwing deep. He's got a man out. Oh, and that ball is going to be intercepted as he was trying to go deep to Bryant. The ball was over the head of Bryant, and the Gilmer defender played it perfectly and went over the shoulder and caught it for the interception. He'll be brought down at the Mexia 30 or at the Gilmer 31-yard line, and they'll place it at the 32 where Gilmer's offense will take over once again. Gilmer with their second offensive possession after the turnover from the Black Cats. Snap back. Quarterback has time. He's throwing deep. He's got a man deep down the field, and it's caught. The receiver will be pushed out of bounds. It's going to move the ball all the way over into Mahed territory and be marked at the Mahed 36-yard line. We are bringing you the audio of this game tonight, as UIL rules will not allow us to bring you the video of the game. We won't be able to live stream video, but we will be bringing you live audio of the Black Cat versus Buckeye game tonight. Gilmer with the ball, 1st and 10 on the Mahed 36-yard line. Snap back, man in motion, handoff to the receiver on the sweep. He's got a lane. He picks up a block. He's down the field up to the 10, the 5, and he's across the goal line for a touchdown. 36-yard run there by number 10 for the Buckeyes, and that's Caden Tennyson as he takes it on the jet sweep and takes it all the way in for the touchdown. Gilmer will set up to attempt the extra point here. Now they'll move into field goal position. Looks like they'll be set to kick at this point. Snap back, ball is down, kick is up and good. So with 9:50 left in the first quarter, Gilmer takes a 15-0 lead over the Black Cats. We'll take a timeout and we'll be back with more first quarter action from Eagle Field.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, and we're back here with 9:50 left in the first quarter. Gilmer up 15-0 over the Black Cats. It'll be a high short kick this time. Molina back deep to catch. It'll be fair caught around the 25-yard line. So Mahed's offense will take over from that position, and they'll have another chance. As on the first offensive possession of the game, the offense picked up a decent play on their first play with a run of about 6 yards, and then the next play they tried to go deep, and the ball was intercepted. So it'll be the Black Cat offense back out on the field, ball 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Burns and Molina in the backfield. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. It'll be a handoff to Molina. He's out around the right side. He's up the field. He's made a couple players miss, and he's going to pick up enough yardage for a first down. It'll be a gain of 13 on the play, moving the ball all the way out to the Mahed 38-yard line. Burns at the snap back, handoff to Molina once again. He's going to be met in the backfield with nowhere to run, and he's just going to be driven backwards. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more than that. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Black Cats. And that time, that looked like big number 44 for the Buckeyes was able to get into the backfield and really get his penetration, stop the run attempt by Molina. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. He throws. That ball's going to be caught. As Matthews catches the ball and moves it up the field, a gain of 11, gets a first down for the Black Cats. Moves the ball all the way out to the 49-yard line. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. He's moving, scrambling to his right. He's looking downfield. Nowhere to go. He gets a big hit right about the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a gain of 1 and move the ball up to midfield. As Burns was waiting, trying to find an open receiver there to the last second, and number 29 came up from his outside linebacker position and really put a hit on Nate Burns right at the end of that play. Burns bounces back up. He's back in the line, back at the line of scrimmage, bringing up 2nd and 9 here for the Black Cats from midfield. Man in motion, snap back. And Burns will take it up the middle as he got away with the misdirection, and he's going to be picked up and slammed onto the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10 there for the Black Cats and another first down. I thought that was a penalty now if you pick somebody up and slam them, body slam them. But no flags came out. Snap back, man in motion. A give this time, and it'll be Matthews on the carry, and he's going to be down to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 for the Black Cats. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 here from the Gilmer 35-yard line. Snap back. Burns rolls to his left. He's looking. He throws. And that ball is going to be caught by Brooks. He's up the middle of the field. He puts his head down, and he's going to be inside the 20 and down at the 15-yard line for another Black Cat first down. Snap back to Burns. He looks. It's going to be a free play as the flag comes out, and that ball is going to be over the head of Brooks in the end zone. And it looks like we're going to get an offsides call against the Buckeyes. We'll see as they meet, see if there's going to be an offside or a procedure penalty against the Black Cats. It'll be an illegal substitution on the defense. They had 12 men on the field. That'll be a free play and give them ahead 5 yards, bringing up 1st and 5 from the 10-yard line. And they'll mark the penalty yardage off. So we'll replay first down as they mark off the 5 yards for the illegal substitution. It'll make it 1st and 5 for the Black Cats from the 10-yard line. Snap back to Burns. He rolls right. He's looking. He throws. His ball's caught. And then it's going to be a big hit put on Bryant, but he catches it and moves the ball down to the 4-yard line. So a gain of 6 on the passing catch brings up 1st and goal from the 4 for the Black Cats. Snap back. It'll be a handoff to Sandals. He puts his head down, and he pushes forward. He's down to about the 1 or 2-yard line is where they'll mark it. So he gains 2 on the first down run, making it 2nd and goal from the 2. Ten seconds on the play clock. Burns moves into position. Snap back. It'll be a handoff to Sandals. He cuts back and puts his head down, falls forward to about the right. They'll mark it as no gain on the play as they keep him at the 2-yard line, bringing up 3rd and goal from the 2. And that time, Gilmer's defensive line was able to get a good push and keep Sandals from being able to break through the line and into the end zone. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. He throws. That ball's going to be over the head of the receiver. Bring up 4th and goal here from the 2-yard line. .5:28 left in the first quarter. Mexia trailing 15-0. Ball on 2. Mejia's going to go for it here. You got to think that they know they have to put up points on the board. Snap back. Burns looks, he rolls. He's going to be grabbed and brought down in the middle of the line of scrimmage. And he throws the ball away. It's going to be an incomplete pass, and there'll be a turnover on downs. So Gilmer will take over the ball at their own 2-yard line. The Black Cats look like they had something good going there on offense, moving the ball all the way down the field. And in a normal game, you may say, hey, we're going to turn around and we'll take the 3 points and kick the field goal here. But with them already being down 2 scores against a Gilmer team that can put points on the board, you think you got to score touchdowns when you're able to get down that deep into the other team's territory. And that time the Black Cats just weren't able to get there, so Gilmer takes over once again. It'll be a free play here and they're going to blow it dead. As there was some movement, some Mexia players jumped into the neutral zone. We'll see if they were led in there by some movement from the offense or if it'll just be unevaded to the quarterback. And that's what they'll call. So they blow the play dead early and it doesn't go off. So it'll be a 5-yard mark off against the Black Cats, making it 1st and 5 for Gilmer from the 7-yard line. Snap back. Handoff up the middle to number 29. He takes it. He's still on his feet, and he'll be brought down out across the 15, marked down at the 18-yard line. Maybe a gain of 11 on the run and a 1st down for Gilmer. Snap back. Quarterback looking to throw. He throws out over the head of the intended receiver. And that's going to be an incomplete pass as he was just slightly in front of the quarterback on that pass attempt. He was going for number 21 on that. That was LaDalen Jackson was the intended receiver. Snap back, the quarterback takes it. He gives it to 21 on the end around, and he's going to be running. There's some holding, but it's not called, and he's up the field, picks up the 1st down, moves the ball all the way out to the 39-yard line. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Gilmer. Snap back. Quarterback looking to throw. He's got time. And now he moves to his left. He throws, hits a man. And that's going to be completed to number 2, Parker Gillow, on the reception. He picks up about 12 yards on the play. Well, about 10 yards on the play as they mark him back at the 47-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Gilmer on the Gilmer 47. And now we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout along with game action as there's an injured player down.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports.
And we're back as the injured player was helped off the field. It'll be a handoff up the middle. It'll be number 29, and he'll just take a knee. Yeah, that did not look good as he went to accelerate after taking the ball, and he just stopped in the middle of the line and went down with before any contact happened. He went down on a knee, and then the Mexia player came in to tackle him. But you could see as soon as the Mexia player tackled him, he jumped up and started calling for help for him. So it looked like something may have happened to that young man. We'll take another timeout while the medical staff attends to him.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
As we come back, the injured player was helped off the field, snap back to 11. He takes it, he throws, catch by 9. He's up the field, making the man miss. He's going to be across midfield and down to about the 38-yard line. That was number 9, Josiah Rockwell. Gain of about 15 on the pass and catch. First and 10 here for the Buckeyes. Snap back to Tennyson. He's looking. He's throwing deep. He's got a man, and it's going to be dropped at the goal line. And the ball falls to the turf incomplete, as it looks like Garcia now and Bradley were back in coverage. But that time, number 9, who is Rockwell, again, had a step on the Black Hat defenders, and he just dropped that pass. Snap back to Tennyson. He looks to his right. He throws. He's got a man out there. It's caught. And there's an explosive play up the sideline. It's going to be a gain of about 17 on the passing catch from Tennyson to number 17, Rohan Fluellen on the play. Snap back, Tennyson hands up the middle. It'll be number 29. He breaks 2 tackles, breaks a third, and then he's finally brought down that time by, I believe that's Molina, inside the 10-yard line. Be marked, looks like he'll be marked at the 9, making it about 2nd and 1 here for the Buckeyes. Snap back, a handoff again to 29 up the middle, and he'll run into some Black Hat defenders before he's brought down at the 4-yard line. He'll gain 5 on that play and get a first down, making it 1st and goal for Gilmer at the Mexia 4-yard line. And that's once again Ashton Haynes on the carry. Snap back, handoff. Haynes breaks a tackle in the backfield, and he's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. With 3 minutes left in the first quarter, Gilmer takes a 21-0 lead as we await the extra point attempt here from Gilmer. They'll move into field goal position, and it looks like they'll kick the extra point. Snap back, Kick is up, and it is good. So Gilmer takes a 22-0 lead with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with more first quarter action here from Mexia Black Hat football.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Snap kickoff from Gilmer. It'll be a high, short kick taken in this time by Matthews. He moves up the field, finds a lane, cuts up to about the 30-yard line. And that's where Mexia's offense will take over for this possession. Mexia's offense makes its way out onto the field after they were able to move the ball down the field on the last possession, unable to put points on the board. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. He'll keep it around the right side. He's going to pick up yards. He will be pushed out of bounds across the 35. They'll mark him out right at the 35. So it'll be a 5-yard pickup on the first down play, making it 2nd and 5 here for the Black Hats. Burns looks to throw. He throws now. It's caught by Brooks. And he's going to be up the field, brought down about the 43-yard line. That'll be enough for a Black Hat first down. Snap back. Burns takes. He hands off. It'll be Molina up the middle, and he'll be stopped for a short gain on the play of maybe 1. Bringing up 2nd and 9 as he moves the ball out to the 44-yard line. With 1:45 and counting on the game clock. Mexia moves back into position for the second down play. Snap back to Burns. He's looking right. He throws. This ball will be caught. Be caught by 8 Betts, and he gains about 4 on the play. Actually, they'll say about 3 and mark him at the 47-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 6. Looked like if he had just caught it and fell forward, he would have gotten out closer to midfield. He tried to retreat to get more yardage, and it pushed him back just a little bit. Snap back to Burns. He rolls to his left. He's looking down the field. He throws, and that ball will be caught. And it's going to be close to where it'll depend on where they mark it. Looks like he may be just enough yardage for the first down as that ball was caught by Brooks on that play. As they move across midfield and down to the Gilmer 46-yard line. Snap back to Burns. Hand off to Molina around the right side. He makes a man miss. He gets a block, and he's up the sideline. He's still on his feet inside the 30, going to be brought down around the 27-yard line. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. He throws. And that ball's going to be – looks like there was some miscommunication. Some miscommunication as Burns threw the ball out and none of the receivers turned around to catch it. They all went out to block. Snap back to Burns. He rolls left. He's looking to throw. He's got a man out in the open. He's running up the field. He catches a block. He cuts back to the middle. He's up the field, and he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. And that's Matthews on the catch and run who gets into the end zone. With 18 seconds left, Mexia gets onto the scoreboard. Matthews caught a really good block out there from his other receiver who was out on the outside, sealing that would-be defensive back and not allowing him to get to Matthews. Then Matthews just put on a move, cut to the inside, and then was able to outrace everybody to the end zone. The kick is up and good. So with 18 seconds left in the first quarter, Mexia trails Gilmer 22-7. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Mexia Black Hat football.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
It's on the tee. As Mexia gets set to kick off, looks like David Davila set to kick this time. And it'll be a high, deep kick, taken in about the 14-yard line. And Gilmer's were looking to return. And he makes a man miss. He's across midfield. Oh, he breaks back to the middle, and he's in the open. And that's number 17. And he runs that kick back for a touchdown. And that's Rohan Fluellen, who was able to just show his speed, as it looked like he went opposite of where his blockers were going, which threw the pursuit off, and then he was just up the field running. He made the kicker miss, and then there was nobody that was going to catch him after that. Gilmer moves into field goal position for the extra point attempt. Snap back, ball down, kick is up and good. So with 3 seconds left in the first quarter, Gilmer takes a 29-7 lead. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be back with the kickoff.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
kickoff. It'll be taken in, looks like, by Bryant. He's up the field. Makes a man miss, and now he's up into some space. He's returning the ball up across midfield down to around the 40-yard line of Gilmer. A good return that time by the Black Cats. It's a nice answer after they were just gave up a kick return touchdown to the Buckeyes. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We'll take another timeout, and we'll be back with second quarter action here from Eagle Field. Mexia Black Cats versus Gilmer Buckeyes.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, and we're back here at Eagle Field. Mexia with the ball on the 39-yard line of Gilmer after the big return by T.J. Bryant. Snap back, handoff to Molina. He's up the middle. Makes a couple people miss. Picks up about 1 or 2 on the carry. Looks like they'll give him 1 as he's marked down at the 38-yard line. Again, 11:44 left in the second quarter. Mexia trailing 29-7. For those of you who are just tuning in, we are not able to show you video footage of the game due to UIL regulations. We will be bringing you live audio. The live video cannot be done during this game. So if you're looking for it, that is the reason we're not able to show it. Snap back to Burns. He throws. That ball will be juggled and then caught. And that's number 15 for the Black Cats on the reception of Victor Olvera. Snap back. Burns looks, he throws, and it's going to be wide of the receiver. It'll be incomplete, bringing up 4th and 3 here for the 4th and 4 for the Black Cats. It'll be a short 4. We'll call it 3 as the ball's placed at the Gilmer 32-yard line. Burns and Molina in the backfield looking to the sideline for the play. Burns moves up, makes his call. He moves back into position. Snap back to Burns. He's looking left. He throws. And that ball is going to be high over the head of the receiver and incomplete. So it'll be a turnover on downs as he was looking to go to Trey Betts on the pass and catch. So that'll turn the ball over to the Buckeyes, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Tennyson at quarterback, snap back. It'll be a handoff coming around the right side of the offensive line. And there's a seam there, and that's number 18 on the carry as he picks up a big gain on 1st down, Michael Colbert. As he moves the ball across midfield and into Black Cat territory, he'll be marked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Snap back. Pass, quarterback throws, pass is caught. The receiver is going to be brought down around the 34-yard line, but he picks up enough yardage for a 1st down. That's number Number 2 on the reception, Parker Gillo. He's brought down over on the far side on the Mexia sideline after a gain of 12 on the play. Ball will be placed at the Mexia 34-yard line. Man in motion, snap back, quarterback looking. He goes to throw. He's screen pass to the running back. And he's got a clear lane to the end zone. He'll go untouched in for the touchdown. That's got to. With 10:25 left, Gilmer takes a 35-7 lead. You see them setting up the screen, and the defensive lineman came off the edge to the quarterback, and then he got pulled backwards right in front of the official, and there wasn't anything called. And we've seen them they've let them play pretty physical tonight. Gilmer sets up for the extra point. Snap back. Ball is down. Kick is up and good. So with 10:25 left in the second quarter, Gilmer takes a 36-7 lead. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with more second quarter action from Eagle Field.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association. All right, as we're back, Gilmer set to kick. After the touchdown, it'll be another high bell ringer kick. It'll be taken in this time by T.J. Bryan. He moves to his right, and he'll be wrapped up. Ball pops loose, and they'll mark his forward progress down at the 22-yard line. And now we'll get a flag come out. It'll be an unnecessary roughness against number 40. That'll be an extra 15 added on to the end of that return. So that'll move the ball out to the Black Cat 37-yard line. Where Mexia's offense will come out and take over 1st and 10. Burns in the backfield. It'll be a keeper by Burns as he makes his way around the right side, and then he's going to be hit after a gain of about 3 on the play. Moves the ball up to the 40-yard line. And now we got a flag on the over here from the head linesman. I think it may be something against the Gilmer sideline. We're going to get a sideline warning as there was a coach out on the field, and I think he bumped into the official. And if you know football, if you hit an official over on the sideline, it's going to get a flag every time. Snap back. Handoff up the middle, and there's going to be Molina on the carry. He burst across midfield, and it's going to be down about the Gilmer 47-yard line. Snap back. Burns keeps. He's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage where the play will be blown dead. It'll be no gain. It'll be bring up 2nd and 10 from the Gilmer 47.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage, brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Black Cats.
Two receivers to the top, two to the bottom. Burns and Molina in the backfield. Snap back to Burns. He rolls left. He throws. He's got a man, and that's caught by Matthews. He breaks a tackle. He's down inside the 40, and then he's going to be hit. They're going to mark him down around the 38-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and about 1 here for the Black Cats. If Mejia's able to pick up the first down and give him a fresh set of downs, it'll be Molina on the carry, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So that'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Black Cats. We'll see what decision they make. As it looks like they're leaving the offense out on the field. Be Burns in the backfield with Sandals. And we're going to get movement. And we'll see which way it's going to go. I believe it's going to go against the Black Cats. Against one of the receivers. That'll move Mejia back 5 yards, making it 4th and 6 now. Ball on the Gilmer 43-yard line. Snap back to Burns. He drops. He's looking. He throws. He's got a man. It's caught. And that's T.J. Bryan. He catches it, and he's running up the field. And he's going to be down around the 10-yard line on the nice passing catch from Burns to Bryant. Bring up first and 10 for the Black Cats. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. Now he's escaping the pocket. He throws. And that ball's going to be out of bounds. As the receiver looked like he gave up on the route. Bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Black Cats. Ball spotted on the 11-yard line. Snap back. It'll be a handoff to Sandals. He ducks under a tackler, and he pushes forward inside the 10 to about the 9. Be a gain of 2 on the play.
Sandals, the ball carrier for the Black Cats. Stop by a host of Buckeyes, brings up 3rd down for Mejia.
Bring up 3rd and about 7 here for the Black Cats. Or we'll make it 8. They are able to get a first down without scoring. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. He's throwing. He's got a man in the end zone, and that ball will be knocked to the turf. And it looked like 2 Black Cats went up to compete for it, and they knocked the ball away from each other. As you had Alvera and Betts there in the end zone.
Makes it 4th down and 7 for the Black Cats.
Snap back, Burns looking. He moves up in the pocket. He's going to be brought down from behind. And that'll be a turnover on downs as he was brought down on 4th down. As Gilmer will take over with the ball on their 9-yard line. And we're back. We're going to get a sideline warning against Mexia now. First and 10, Gilmer, snap back. Tennyson takes, he's looking downfield to throw. He's got a man breaking out. It's going to be caught and knocked out of bounds about the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 29. That'll be a first down from Tennyson to Rockwell on the pass and catch. Gain of 20 yards. Snap back, handoff to 29 up the middle. He breaks through a tackler. He sheds another, and then he's going to be knocked down at about the 45. So he picks up about 16 on that first down carry, and it'll be another first down for Gilmer.
Brings it to the Gilmer 45, where it's 1st down and 10, Buckeyes.
Snap back, misdirection, delayed draw, and that'll be Haynes as he runs. He runs into Gage Keene, who puts a big hit on him right around the 48-yard line. He's able to fall forward to the 49. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 50. So he picks up about 5 on the carry, making it 2nd and 5 here from midfield. Snap back. Handoff to 29. He's off right tackle. He's up the middle. He's breaking. He cuts through. He's through the middle. He makes a man miss, and then he's going to be brought down by Xavier Molina down around the 21-yard line. Another big run and gain from number 29, Haynes, for Gilmer as he picks up about 29 on that carry. First and 10 for Gilmer from the Mexia 21-yard line. It'll be a reverse as this will be Fluellen coming back to the Gilmer side of the line. He cuts back, and then he's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. 5:02 left in the second quarter. Gilmer takes a 42-7 lead. As we await the extra point attempt, they line up in their swinging gate formation, and they'll look out over the Mexia defense. And now they'll move over into traditional field goal formation for the extra point. Snap back, ball is down, kick is up, and good. And that's number 20, Jose Hernandez, on the kick for the Buckeyes. So Gilmer takes a 43-7 lead with 5:02 left in the first half. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with more Black Hat football.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And the kick from Gilmer is going to be brought in by Matthews. He's up the middle of the field. He's going to be stacked up outside, just outside the 30. They're going to mark him at the 30. So Mejia will take over for their next possession from that spot. Mejia's offense out on the field once again. Mejia's had some promising drives here in the first half. They just haven't been able to put points on the board in each possession. It'll be a handoff this time. And no, it's kept by Burns, and he's up the middle. Picks up about 2 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 8. As we said, Mejia's moved the ball down the field on most of their possessions. They just have not been able to get it into the end zone, and they've turned the ball over a couple times on downs after going for it on 4th down, deep in Gilmer territory. But Gilmer has been able to turn it around and put points on the board each time they've possessed the ball. Snap back to Burns. He looks left. He throws. It's caught by Matthews. Oh, and he's going to take a big hit as he gains about 1 on the pass and catch. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 here for the Black Hats. And that was number 3 for the Buckeyes on the hit against number 3 Matthews for the Black Hats. Snap back. Burns looks right. He's looking now. He's throwing, and the ball's going to be short and low and incomplete as he was looking for Bryant. Took a big hit just as he was trying to release that ball, which is probably the reason he wasn't able to get the ball out, get the power behind the ball to get it out to the receiver. That'll bring up 4th down, and looks like Mejia will send out the punt unit. And it'll be Davila back deep for the Black Cat set to punt. And looks like Fluellen will be back for the Buckeyes to return the punt. Snap back, Davila takes it. He rolls right, and that ball is going to be deflected. And it's going to be a loss of yardage on the punt. As Gilmer sent number 3 once again, Omero Arona, off the edge, and he was able to get to the punter and deflect the ball out. So Gilmer will get the ball at the Mejia 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes from there. It'll be Tennyson at quarterback, snap back. He's looking right. He's looking to throw. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, and that ball will be caught for the touchdown. That's number 2, Parker Gillo on the reception. And that time there was just some communication in the defensive backfield for the Black Cats as number 2 was wide open coming out of his route and into the end zone. Gilmer lines up in their swinging gate. Now they move into field goal position. It'll be Hernandez as he makes his step off for the kick. Snap back, ball down, kick is up and good. With 3:09 left in the first half, Gilmer takes a 50-7 lead over the Black Cats. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more Black Cat football.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
As we get set for the kickoff, 3:09 left in the first half. Gilmer leading 50-7. Hernandez set to kick to the Black Cats. It'll be a low, short kick, fair caught by Garcia at the 34-yard line. And we're back. Mejia's offense on the field once again. Burns at behind center. Molina to his left. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Handoff to Molina. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of about a yard. They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be no gain on the play. Snap back to Burns. He drops. He's looking. He's throwing it deep. He's got a receiver. Oh, and that ball's going to be knocked away at the last second as he was intending it for T.J. Bryant. He had a step on the defender. The defender did a great job of just recovering and slapping away the ball. Third and 10 for the Black Cats here now. Ball at the Mejia 34-yard line. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Burns is being flushed out of the pocket. He looks, he throws it deep. He's got a man down the field, and that ball's going to be, and there's going to be a flag for pass interference as Caleb Matthews was the intended receiver, and Burns put the ball on a dime, and the defensive back just jumped all over Matthews' back before the ball got there. And that drew flags from several different officials on that play, which will be a 15-yard mark off against the Buckeyes, and it'll give Mejia a first down The ball should be spotted around midfield, around the Mejia 49-yard line. And that was a pass interference against number 12 of Gilmer. That is Cade Bowman, who Matthews was able to get behind him, and he was just trying to catch up and not give up the big play to Matthews. And once he did that, he didn't locate the ball and just ran through the back of Matthews before the ball got there. Snap back, Burns rolls left. He's looking to throw. He dumps it off in the middle. That ball's caught by Betts, and he's across midfield and down to about the 35-yard line. Snap back to Burns. He's looking to throw. He throws deep as he's hit. And that ball's going to be through the hands of Brooks. And that ball should have probably been caught there and probably would have been a touchdown for Brooks on the play. But it goes right through his hands and falls to the turf. Burns once again throws a great pass out to his receiver as he's getting hit by a defensive player. 3 receivers to the bottom of the field, 1 to the top. Snap back to Burns. He's looking to throw. That ball is going to come out of his hand. Burns went to throw that ball, and it looked like it just slipped out of his hand and went straight into the turf behind the defensive line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 here. Ball still at the Gilmer 35-yard line. 1:54 left in the first half. Burns flushed out of the pocket. He's rolling to his left. He's looking. He's going to make a man miss. He ducks under another defender. He cuts back. He picks up a block. He's still moving, still on his feet. Down inside the 20-yard line. Burns, the old adage goes, he shook a player out of his shoes as the shoe is laying between the numbers and the hash marks, and a couple Gilmer defenders ran into each other, and there's going to be a player down on the field. So we'll take a quick timeout as the medical staff attends to that player, and we'll come back with more first half action.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Snap back to Burns. He's going to escape out to his right. He's up the field. He's going to keep running. He's inside the 10 and out of bounds around the 9-yard line. As the injured player was helped to the sideline, and the Black Hats pick up 9 on the first down play, making it 2nd and 1 here from the Gilmer 9-yard line. Snap back to Burns. He's looking. He's going to keep. Oh, and then he's thrown down late. And that's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. As Burns didn't have anywhere to go, Gilmer brought pressure that time, and they were able to get home to him. So it'll be Burns and Sandals in the backfield. Snap back. Burns rolls left. He's looking. He throws, and that ball's going to be incomplete. Intended for Matthews.
Burns pass broken up. Line for 12, Kate Bowman.
Snap back to Burns. He's looking. Pressure coming. He escapes to his right. He makes a man miss. And then he's going to be swallowed up by the Buckeye defense. They're on 4th down, and it doesn't look like he got enough. He needed to get to the 8. Looks like he may have got to the 8.5. And we're going to have an injured player on the field. I'm going to say Burns got to the 9. He needed to get to the 8 for the first down. So that'll turn it over on downs to Gilmer. Again, Mexia unable to get a first down or to score with the ball deep in Gilmer territory. And they turn it over on downs once again inside the 10-yard line of Gilmer. And Gilmer's offense back out on the field. And Gilmer will just take a knee, and they'll take the ball into the half with a 50-7 lead over the Black Cats. They won't have to snap it again. So Mexia trailing Gilmer 50-7 as the time runs off the first half clock. The teams will go into halftime here. We'll take a break once the clock hits 0, and we'll be back with second half action from Eagle Field here in Lindale, as the Mexia Black Cats take on the Gilmer Buckeyes.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know and some may not know this business is funded by the owner and co-owner. However, we do offer sponsorships during sports seasons. When you sponsor a spot on the Mexia Sports Network, you get advertisement during live games. Also, your sponsorship assists in obtaining shirts for our announcers and equipment that is used to bring you better services. Thank you all to past and present for your support.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
You're listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, and we're back here for a second half action from Eagle Field in Lindale. Gilmer kicking to the Black Cats. It'll be a high kick, going to be fair caught at the 25-yard line by Olvera, and they'll be marked up to the 27, where Mejia will take over for his first offensive possession of the second half.
Randy says they're going to watch one series and they're coming.
Mejia trailing Gilmer 50-7 at the beginning of the third quarter. It'll be Burns and Molina in the backfield. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Burns rolls to his right. He throws. He connects with his receiver. That's number 10, TJ Bryan, on the reception. It'll be a gain of about 8 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 2. Ball placed out at the Mexia 36-yard line. Snap back to Burns. Some miscommunication in the backfield. Burns just throws it away. And he's going to be hit late. And it brings a flag out from the official. As Burns throws that ball away, he was then just hit by number 4 from Gilmer and knocked over backwards. Looks like we're going to get personal foul, roughing the passer against Gilmer. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down for the Black Cats, and that'll move the ball all the way out across midfield. Ball will be placed around the Gilmer 49-yard line. So Mexia get a fresh set of downs here with the ball in Gilmer territory. Snap back to Burns. He keeps it. He's up the right side of the field. He's through the second level, and he's out to about the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 14 on the run. Another first down for the Black Cats. Burns looking to throw. He pulls it down. Now he jumps and throws, and that ball's going to be dropped. Looks like he was intending for TJ Bryant again, as the defensive back jumped in front of the pass and looked like he knocked it to the turf. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Black Cats. Snap back. Handoff to Molina. He's hit in the backfield by one of his linemen, and that disrupts the entire play, and there's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Bring up 3rd and 12 here for the Black Cats. Burns moves back into position. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Molina beside him. Burns steps up. He's hit as he throws, and that ball is going to be incomplete as Burns takes a big hit in the back just as he's trying to release the ball, and it drove that ball right into the ground, and there was no way it was going to get to any of the receivers. And that'll bring up 4th and 12 here for the Black Cats. Looks like they're going to leave their offense on the field as they're in that kind of in-between territory. It's not really long enough to punt it, too long to kick a field goal, so they'll leave the offense out and go for it. Snap back to Burns. He drops. He's looking. He's throwing. He's got a receiver, and that ball is going to be knocked away and incomplete right around the goal line. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Black Cats as they are unable to get a first down on that possession. It'll bring up the first possession of offense for Gilmer in the second half, and they'll take over from their own 37-yard line. All right, as the man is in motion, handoff on the jet sweep to number 4. He's around the right side, and he's going to be banged down that time, chased down and tackled by DeAndre Sandals and Gage Keene. And that was number 4, Cody Guidry on the carry. We do have a new quarterback in. This is number 10. The younger Tennyson takes over quarterback duties. Snap back. He's looking left. He's throwing. That ball's caught. Receivers threw past the defender, and he's racing to the end zone. Touchdown, number 6. Pass and catch touchdown there. That's number 6, Will Blakely, on the touchdown reception. And that time he just squared in, caught the pass. The defensive back overplayed it, and once he made him miss, there was nobody else there that could catch him to bring him down, and he was able to race into the end zone. Gilmer moves into field goal position as they get set to kick the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick is up. And this kick is good by number 15, Weston Mahan. And with 9:38 left in the third quarter, Gilmer takes a 57-7 lead. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more third quarter action from Eagle Field.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer & Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you.
And we're back as Gilmer set to kick off. It'll be a high kick brought in around the 22 by Bryant. He races to the middle, and then he's going to be brought down about the 26-yard line. They'll mark it at the 27. So Mejia's offense will take over once again from that position. Again, Mejia's moving the ball down the field, and they're just not able to sustain their drives and convert on them and get the ball into the end zone for points. So it'll be Mejia's offense making their way back out onto the field. Burns at quarterback. It'll be Sandals in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Snap back. We're going to get a timeout from Mejia. As the teams take a timeout, we'll take a timeout along with them with 9:02 left in the third quarter. Gilmer leading Mejia 57-7.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, and we're back. Be a reverse from Mejia, and that's going to be snuffed out by the Gilmer defense. And it'll be stopped for a loss for the Black Cats. Be a loss of 2 on the play. As that'll bring up 2nd and 12. Snap back. Burns rolls to his right. He's looking. He makes a man to miss. He throws the ball at the foot of his receiver, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. It looks like the Black Hats may have been trying to set up the screen, and it just didn't develop fast enough for Burns as he was getting pressure from the interior of the Buckeyes defense. And they're gonna say he was within the grasp, and they're gonna mark him down. It'll be a loss of 5, bringing up 3rd and 17 for the Black Hats. Snap back to Burns. Pressure coming. Burns rolls to his right. He's looking downfield. He throws. He's got a receiver who catches it, and he's up the field. First down yardage out near midfield. And that's going to be a good gain. And I believe they're going to say Burns was beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that'll negate the big gain on the passing catch from Burns to, I believe that was Betts on the reception. So 5 more added to it. It'll bring up 3rd and 22 here for the Black Cats. Yeah, I was waiting for it. That penalty, that penalty is a loss of down penalty. So that brings up 4th, and so Mexia will bring the punt unit out. And it'll be Davila set to punt. And I can't see who's out here. That may be Haynes back deep for the Buckeyes. And this punt is off, and a decent punt by the Black Cats. And the return man will pick it up, and he'll return it up about a gain of 5 on the return. Ball will be spotted about the Mexia 49-yard line. And that was number 27, Derek Tate on the return. Brought down by a couple Black Cats. And so Gilmer's offense will come back out onto the field along with Mexia's defense. Snap back, handoff. Running back around the right side. He's going to be stood up after a gain of about 5 on the play. Move the ball down to the Mexia 44, bringing up 2nd and 5. And that was number 26, Will Henderson, on the carry. Snap back. Handoff up the middle. Running back gains about 4 on the play. Moves the ball down to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 here. And that was Henderson again on the carry. Be Molina on the top tackle for the Black Cats. If you're the Black Cats, maybe you can get a stop here. Snap back. Handoff up the middle. Running back feels his way through. He breaks loose, and he's got a seam, and he's going to be all the way in for a touchdown. As that time it looked like the Black Cats were going to stop his progress, he just moved up to the back of one of his linemen, put his hand out, and was very patient to wait until he caught a seam and a cutback lane. And once he got it, he exploded through, and there was nobody that could get a hand on him after that point. And that'll be another touchdown for the Buckeyes. As they move into their field goal position. Snap back, ball down, kick is up. And kick is good as the Buckeyes take a 64-7 lead with 5:11 left in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with more Black Hat football.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, as we're back, we're set for the kickoff. 5:11 left in the third quarter. High kick, fair caught at about the 34-yard line. The Black Hats offense will take over from there. All right, and we're back. 5:08 left in the third quarter. Mejia with the ball once again. Snap back to Burns. It'll be a handoff to Molina. He's out around the right side. Makes a man miss, and he's going to be chopped down for a loss of about 2 on the play. And that time he was not able to get his shoulders turned upfield, and the Buckeyes were able to string him out towards the sideline where they were able to bring him down before he could get back to the line of scrimmage. Snap back to Burns. He's moving to his right. Immediate pressure up the middle, and he's going to be brought down and sacked. Looked like there may have been a man offsides on the snap. That flag didn't come out, and Gilmer's able to bring Burns down on the sack, bringing it 3rd and long here. Bring up a 3rd and 15 for Mejia. Man in motion, snap back. We got a screen set up by Mejia. And we're going to get a late penalty flag here at the end of the run. There was a catch and run by Molina out of the backfield. Picks up about 7 on the play. And we're going to get a face mask penalty against the Buckeyes, so that'll add 15 yards to the end of that run and be an automatic first down for the Black Cats. That will place the ball at the Gilmer 49-yard line. Snap back. Burns rolling right. He's looking. He's throwing downfield. He's got a man down there, and this ball's going to be dropped as it was in the hands of the intended receiver, and as he was falling backwards out of bounds, the ball just popped out, and that looks like Bryant, I believe, was the intended receiver that time. Snap back. Quick pass out to the flats. It's going to be Bryant on the reception. He makes a man miss, and he's going to be up near first down yardage. We'll see where they mark him out. He'll be spotted at the 39-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Black Cat first down. Man in motion. Snap back to Burns. And that's going to be blown up by number 44, who comes off that defensive line. And he hits Olvera in the backfield as soon as he takes the ball from Burns. Black Cats with the ball. Early movement. It's going to be a flag down. Burns is going to take a shot down the field. He's got a man open. Oh, and that ball is going to be knocked away by the defender. But it looks like there's going to be offsides against the Buckeyes. It'll be a free play for the Black Cats. It'll be 5 yards. There'll be an offsides penalty against 44 for the Buckeyes. We'll give them a half 5 free yards, and it'll be second down once again for the Black Cats. Burns took a shot on the free play and wasn't able to connect with his intended receiver. So he'll get another chance here, 2nd and 8. Man in motion. Snap back to Burns. Dumps it off, and the receiver catches it. He's going to be hit immediately. He gains about 1 yard on the play. That was number 85, Zachary Easley for the Buckeyes. Burns looking, he throws a strike across the middle, and that's going to be caught. And in for the touchdown is Olvera. A strike from Burns to Olvera, and Olvera is able to come across the middle of the formation, make the catch, and then race into the end zone for the Black Hat touchdown with 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Snap back, ball down, kick is up and good. So with 14 seconds left, Mexia makes it to 64-14 game. Gilmer on top. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more third quarter action from Eagle Field.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets. Millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Mexia set to kick after the touchdown from Burns Olvera. It'll be a high pooch kick. Going to be brought in around the 30-yard line. Runner makes a man miss. Then he's going to be hit out of bounds. Out around the 43-yard line. And that was Gage Keene on the tackle. It looked like the coverage got down right as the man was, the return man was catching the ball, and he made the first man miss and was able to pick up about 13 yards on the return before Keene drove him out of bounds. Snap back. It'll be a handoff around right side. The Black Hat defense is there. He makes a man miss, and then it'll be, looks like Cayenne Cleveland on the tackle, and it'll be a very short gain of about half a yard, making it 2nd and 9. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Gilmer on top of Mexia, 64-14. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action in Black Hat football.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you.
And we're back. Handoff to number 31. He's going to be stacked up by the Black Hat defense after a gain of about 6 on the play. Ball will be spotted at the Gilmer 46-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 3. Snap back. Quarterback keeper around the right side. He's going to juke and make a couple people miss. Then he's going to be brought down. And that's going to be Mendoza and Keene on the tackle for a loss of about a yard or 2 on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 4 here. Ball spotted at the Gilmer 45-yard line, and we'll see what they choose to do. Looks like they're leaving their offense out on the field. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Snap back. It'll be a handoff up the middle to number 31. He puts his head down and he plows forward. And he's going to pick up, he needed 4. He picked up 5 on the carry. And he'll get a first down. There on 4th and 4, they pick up 5 with number 31, the running back. And that is Kavion Brinkley. as Gilmer's begin to slow it down. Snap back, end around action. Receiver takes it. He's up the field, making man miss. 34, he's got it. Now he's going to be drugged to the ground there. And that was Molina on the tackle. Number 20. No, that wasn't. Oh, that wasn't 31. That was. There's several brothers on the field. Snap back. Handoff up the middle to Brinkley. He'll be drugged down that time by Sandals. And I believe on the last play that was Tate, number 27, on the end around. Gilmer making some substitutions now. As it'll be 2nd and about 7 here. Ball spotted at the Mexia 36-yard line. As they slowed the pace of their offense down. Snap back. It'll be a handoff this time around left side. And that's number 18 on the carry. He's going to be knocked out of bounds by Gage Keene. That's Michael Colbert on the carry. He picks up enough for the first down yardage for Gilmer. That's going to be a gain of 11 on the run that time by Colbert. Putting the ball down at the Mexia 25-yard line. The young Tennyson quarterback still handoff this time up the middle, and that'll be number 31 back in, Kevion Brinkley on the carry. He picks up about 3 on the first down run. We'll say 2 as they mark him down at the 23, making it 2nd and 8. Again, Gilmer's offense has slowed the pace down quite a bit now, using more of that play clock as it's down inside 10 seconds. Man in motion. It'll be a give to the receiver around the edge. He's going to be wrapped up, and that's Molina who just grabs him and doesn't allow him to go anywhere after that point. It'll be a loss of about a yard on the play. That was a great job by Molina of seeing that, staying at home, containing, and making the play. Man in motion. It'll be a handoff underneath to the running back, Colbert. He cuts to his left, and he's going to race into the end zone. With 5:57 left in the game, Gilmer's able to get into the end zone one more time, increasing their score total to 70 as we await the extra point attempt. They move into field goal position from the swinging gate formation. And it'll be number 15, Mahan, on to kick. Snap back, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:57 left in the fourth quarter, Gilmer takes a 71-14 lead. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more fourth quarter action here from Eagle Field.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas.
And on the kick, that ball is going to go out of bounds, and it got very close to the Gilmer team of recovering that as the Mexia return man just allowed it to bounce, and that ball kind of took a wicket hop and stayed in bounds for a moment. And the coverage team from Gilmer was flying down the field to try to recover. They just weren't able to get there in time as that ball did trickle out of bounds. Mexia will take the procedure yardage from the penalty and start their drive on the 30-yard line. Snap back. It'll be a handoff up the middle. And that's going to be Molina on the carry. And they blew it. He took a big hit, but he just kind of bounced off of it and kept going. But they blew it dead where the hit occurred. And Molina's progress was still going as he was about 5 yards out further than where he took the hit when they blew the whistle. Snap back to Burns. He looks, he throws. Ball caught. It's going to be a catch and a reception for about a yard. Moving the ball up to the 35-yard line. Bringing up 3rd and 5. That pass was caught by Hunter Fitch on the reception from Burns. Snap back to Burns. He's looking right. He's throwing. He's got, he had a man. And that ball's going to be incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 5. And Mexia will send out the punt unit. It'll be number 12, Cade Bowman, back deep for the Buckeyes. David Davila set to punt for the Black Cats with 3:56 left in the game. Snap back. Davila gets it away. A low end-over-end punt. Takes a hop and out of bounds about the 38-yard line. And that's where they'll mark it. So Gilmer's offense will come out and take over on their own 38. As Mexia just wasn't able to get anything going there on that offensive drive. And looks like Gilmer's going to start taking knees. With 3:15 left. as it looks like they'll probably take three consecutive knees and then punt the ball. And now they move into formation. Maybe they didn't realize how much time was left on the clock. Looks like now they'll run a play to try to run some more of the clock down. Snap back, and no, the quarterback will just hold it, then take a knee. And if they take one more knee, they'll end up punting the ball back to Mexia with about a minute left in the game. Snap back, and one more knee brings up fourth down. And with the kneeling, they've moved themselves back about 12 yards. Bring up 4th and 22 here for the Buckeyes. So looks like they'll just stay and take one more knee. And that'll give the ball back to Mexia with a little over a minute left in the game. Looks like they'll probably take a timeout here with 1:03 left in the game. Well, they'll let it trickle to 1:02. So it'll bring up 4th and 22, 1:02 left here in the fourth quarter. Gilmer leading 71-14. We'll take a quick timeout along with the game, and we'll be back with more fourth quarter action.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
All right.
This message.
Snap back, and the punter's out for Gilmer, and he's going to punt the ball away, and it's going to be out of bounds around the 40-yard line. They're going to they're going to mark it out at the 45. Ball looked like it carried out well before that mark, and it landed out of bounds around the 45. Which will give the ball back to Mexia with 55 seconds left. And the Black Hat offense will come back out onto the field one more time. B. Burns and Molina in the backfield. Pistol set. As the clock runs, it'll be a handoff to Molina around the right side. He cuts upfield, makes a man miss. He's going to be inside the 40, brought down about the 37, 38-yard line. And that'll do it, as Mexia looks like they'll allow the play clock to run down here in the game. The final will be Gilmer 71, Mexia 14, as Mexia wraps up their 2021 season with a record of 2-9, falling to the Gilmer Buckeyes here tonight in Lindale. We want to wish the Gilmer Buckeyes the best of luck as they carry on their playoff aspirations here in the state of Texas UIL football playoffs this year. We want to wish them nothing but success and good health from here on out. We want to thank you all for listening and tuning in again. We brought you the audio tonight because UIL regulations will not allow us to bring you live stream video. We want to thank you for listening to us here at Mexia Sports Network. We want to thank you for all patronizing us throughout the year and supporting us as we brought you Mexia Black Hat football. Again, from myself, Wallace Hogg, Freddie Greer, Mexia Sports Network, we want to thank you all for the Mexia fans who made the journey. Travel safe, and as always, go Black Cats.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and